Christmas is too materialistic. People, and by extension me, due to my incredible empathetic nature turning me into a one-man microcosm of society, are too interested in the tangibles of the season. I don't need presents to celebrate. I need time, space, views over water, and what really matters most, me. I mentioned I was going on a trip in passing to my cameraman George, who jumped at the chance, citing a strong desire to engage with my art, so I let him tag along as well, providing that he drove. Which is why I found myself being driven through the wilds of Washington State on Christmas Eve, with excitement in my heart and a desire to go to the toilet steadily increasing as I'd forgotten to go before we left. This would not be a materialistic Christmas. This would be the absolute opposite. An immaterial Christmas.
So I'm glad we've caught the light. I was worried that we were going to get here in the dark. This is home for the next couple of days. It is large. It is larger than we will need. It's a little bit luxurious. But luckily, the money that I would be paying George normally can be used to offset the costs slightly. So that kind of takes a little bit of a chunk out of it. Yeah, George, I'm going to put you up in a palatial lakeside villa over Christmas, and I'm going to pay you a salary for being there as well. Wise up, George. So whilst we're here, probably good to do a little tour. Just an entrance hall, kitchen, main room, outdoor deck area, George's bedroom, laundry room, master bedroom, ensuite. And this is actually very cool down here. There's a whole basement section that realistically I probably will have no need to go into. What I would do is I would just flood the whole thing, have it as a swimming pool, and I would show people down here and they'd be like, oh my god, not me. Your basement is flooded. And I would go, oh my god, yeah, that's absolutely true. And then I'd take my top off and dive in, and people would just be like, oh, that not me. That's a really good idea actually, George. Remind me to write that down in my ideas folder, okay?
After the tour, it was getting late. Just enough time to grab a bag of potato chips for dinner and head off to bed.
Night, George.
I figure I'm going to get the bulk of my self-realization done tomorrow, on the actual day. I'm also starting to realize that there is a big difference between spending time with somebody in order to film an art project, as has been mine and George's relationship to this point, and staying somewhere with somebody. It's a very intense way to spend time with somebody.
Jesus, George! Boundaries!
And I'm not necessarily sure that me and George are there yet, in terms of our relationship, in terms of him having that sense of propriety of what is and isn't. I'm asleep, George. Whatever it is, I'm sure it'll wait until tomorrow. Good night, sir.
You don't have to film everything, George, okay? Again, boundaries. Christmas dinner. You know, it's probably like 2 in the afternoon, and I haven't been on social media at all. I bet people are like, what's going on? What's not me thinking about Christmas? How's he going to re-vector our understanding of the season? It's pretty impressive, I think. No, I know it isn't, George. I'm saying I'm not, I don't tweet. I don't tweet, George. I'm on Facebook and Instagram, but I'm saying I'm not doing... George.
I am just having some alone time in the bedroom now, doing a little bit of research, actually, about Christmas traditions of Mexico, to see if George's insistence on getting all up in my face and not giving me any downtime. It's just something that all Mexicans do. And it's just like, Mexican equivalent of stuffing or something. It's really fun learning about other cultures.
And so I thought on the subject of Christmas and presents and self-realization. And I pondered and I ruminated and I mused and I even dreamt for a short while until George woke me up. And from my thinking, I had a special realization.
Christmas Day is a day where one's ponderings should not be behind glass. Actually, it's too cold. I'm gonna go inside. No, you stay out here, George. We'll be able to get some amazing shots, like through the glass. So you stay out here, okay? Awesome.
And George did get a great shot. The shot you're seeing right now. It's a shot of nature moving to a man diving into the cool blue waters of his imaginosphere to come up with a great exterior act to focus his internal journey on, which to this point had been a little wishy-washy. And he/I came up with a brilliant idea. After I drank exactly 2 beers to help everything along, I would perform an act that has been the measure of humanity since they stopped being monkeys. I would light a fire.
This is good actually, because this is a very primal thing. I'm finding myself more and more in touch with my ancestors. I feel like every second that goes by, I'm becoming more and more like a Neanderthal. Feels pretty good. There's definitely a knack that I'm not getting yet. Because forest fires are a thing where wood just catches fire, but this it's getting hot. It's getting hot, just not lighting. I think I'm overthinking it. I think that's my issue at the moment. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to clear my head a bit. I'm going to go for a poo. And then when I come back, it'll all be sorted. No, I don't want you to touch this, George, okay? This isn't your task. This isn't your trip, okay? This is my trip that you happen to be on. This is my trip. This is my thing. I do not want you to touch this whilst I'm pooping. Okay? Please. I must insist on this. God, don't follow me, George. I'm going to poop. What are you going to film whilst I'm pooping? Just allow me to poop in peace. I want a peaceful poop.
He's annoying me. He's always got to be there, hasn't he? He's always got to be involved. He's always got to be... The longer this goes on, the more I'm convinced that for George, this whole weekend isn't about art whatsoever. This weekend is just about him not wanting to spend Christmas alone.
I did it. I made the fire. I made it go. Primal man. Come on. Yeah. Fire!
And from that fire came understanding and realization and a little sleepiness. George was sad about being away from his family for Christmas. I get it. It's understandable. They live thousands of miles away in Mexico. And yes, his circumstances were pretty much identical to my circumstances, but I've dealt with solitude at Christmas most Christmases I've lived through. I'm pretty tough. So we just spent the rest of the week chilling and reading, going for cold walks, inspiring me to George, running baths, George for me, and binging through 4 seasons of The Walking Dead, which was totes depressing. And you know what? I didn't film or post or Instagram a single second of it. Probably drove you guys crazy, but sometimes it's nice to just exist. Maybe that's the real Christmas present. Also, I left my phone charger at home, so if I'd got another phone charger, that also would have been useful.
Merry Christmas to you too, George.
Thank you for watching. If you love Not Me's art, then please like, share, comment and subscribe, and Not Me will love you.